I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of land and waters of which this podcast is recorded, especially to those with a disability themselves. Hello and welcome to Sunflower Conversations, a podcast where we explore the experiences of people with hidden disabilities and what the sunflower means to them. My name is Peter Hook. I'm your host. I have cerebral palsy as well as other non-visible disabilities. Every episode, we're going to be chatting with a different sunflower wearer to understand what it's like for them to identify as somebody with a hidden disability and how people can best support them in different circumstances. Let's add a little bit of sunflower sunshine to your day and get started.
Hi, I am Zoe Simmons. I'm a disabled journalist, copywriter, speaker. I also write books and do lived experience work and try and just make a difference however I can. And I live with multiple disabilities, including multiple hidden disabilities, which is fun.
It is fun. It makes life complicated, but for the purposes of this episode today and the podcast, it means we're going to have a great conversation because I'm sure you have lots to tell me. In fact, I know you do. So first and foremost, Zoe, what do you think people most misunderstand about your disabilities?
I mean, I think when it comes to most disabilities that you can't directly see, they just think, oh, if you can't see it, it mustn't be that bad. But I would also disagree that you can't see it because you can see the reaction when someone's in a lot of pain. You can see the reaction when someone's ridiculously tired and struggling and sick. But a lot of the time, there's just so much stigma and ableism. It just gets labeled as, oh, you're just lazy and, oh, you're just not trying hard enough. Oh, you just need to push through. Oh, if you just walked more and got more sunshine. And they kind of make it like it's our fault rather than us having, medical conditions that we can't control. And, anyone can develop a disability, especially a hidden disability. It's really awful that there's this perception, and whenever people speak up about it, there's so much stigma and like, oh, that's not real. And I have noticed that when I speak out about it, but that just makes me be like, I need to even more, because if that's what's in the public sphere, what's in the private space, And I know lots of people get treated so horribly by their loved ones just because they don't understand. And, they don't get access needs met, they don't get support, they just get treated horribly. And I have had some pretty awful things said to me, so I'm really passionate about dispelling this and being like, hey, remember that not everyone has the same capacity, has the same abilities, and we need some differences, we need more rest, and that's okay, no matter what condition you have.
100%. And I think often people would assume that the misconceptions we face are mainly through strangers who don't know us well. But as you say, that hasn't necessarily been your experience.
Not at all. I mean, yeah, strangers have had said and done some pretty things, but I think the ones that hurt the most come from the people you care about. I've had people who claim to love me or have claimed to love me and told me that, it's immoral for me to post pictures in my wheelchair because I can walk and I'm not fully paralyzed. And people saying things like, oh, it's embarrassing, and oh, you wonder why you have no friends.
So would you say that the attitudinal barriers that you've faced have been the biggest challenges in and around your disability?
I think attitudinal, obviously, is a huge thing. But I think that also seeps, attitudes about disability also mean that, when you try and get a job, that they won't make reasonable adjustments for you, even though it's legally required. They're just like, oh, that's not, something basic like work from home if you're able to, or flexibility. And those things do really seep into things and create systemic barriers. And we don't really have much power to change it. We're trying to. But, there's only one physically disabled person in Parliament, as far as I'm aware. Maybe there's more, but at least only one I know of that yells and talks about stuff. So it's like, we really need more representation of this so we can smash these attitudes for all disabilities. And, it needs to be better because it does create a lot of suffering, and it's already really difficult to live with chronic pain, chronic illnesses, any kind of health condition or disability without all these added barriers. So their stigma does not dictate our story, so let's smash it.
That's so well put. Why do you choose to wear the hidden disability sunflower?
I have my keys on it actually, so it's very handy so I don't lose my keys and I can just like walk around and have it. And I also put my little cute pins on it, like I'm autistic and, LGBTQI pins and First Nation pins and Free Palestine pins, whatever I can get really that advocates for a topic that I am passionate about. But I also like, I guess, the sense of community. Whenever I see someone wearing the lanyard or the bracelet or anything else in public, I'm like, oh, cool, that's cool. So it's kind of nice just to, I guess, recognize within the community, but I would really like more people to recognize it. I don't tend to wear it when I'm using my wheelchair because that's an obvious indication that I have a disability, but when I'm using like my walking stick, for example, especially if I parked in like a disabled spot, I always get really scared that someone's going to yell at me. Hasn't happened to me yet, but I know lots of people have done that, especially if they see you walk. And they don't understand, obviously, there's so many things that impact your ability to walk and how far you can walk and whatever. I think it does help, and I really hope the more people become aware of it and become less judgy and know what to do about it. Like, I think there definitely needs to be more awareness and training, but it's happening, so it's good.
And I think that's testament to not only how important it is to have opportunities like this podcast, having your voice heard and others that have been on the podcast so far, to really illustrate how important it is for people to understand that those with hidden disabilities are impacted by other people's actions every day. When you think of a positive interaction that you've had when you wear the hidden disability sunflower lanyard, how does that make you feel?
And I don't know if I've had necessarily any positive experiences. Like, no one's been like, oh, yes, I'll help you. But I guess hopefully some people will get it and see it and understand, and maybe the more people just see it, they'll be like, oh, what's that? Why are a lot of people wearing that? Let me look into it. I like what it represents, and I really want to support organizations that are trying to do better. So, I have like pictures of me at Parliament with my hidden disability lanyard. I guess showing things like that in spaces like that where disability is often not seen is powerful.
For those people who are listening and maybe don't understand hidden disability to the extent that they would like to, talking about your personal experience, how would you like people to help you if they see you wearing the hidden disability sunflower?
I guess, if I was wearing it and I was walking, maybe like, I don't know, holding open a door so mobility aid can get through, or if you're at a checkout or something and there's some way that a staff member can help make it easier, sure. There's not really seating in checkout areas, which I think is not good. There really should be some form of seating consider people that can't stand. People don't realize how much effort that takes and they've taken it for granted, but even just the understanding, being like, okay, this person obviously has something, maybe if you're in a line, get served first because recognizing that standing hurts.
Unlike other people that I've spoken to on this podcast, I'm interested and also sad to hear that you haven't had a positive experience wearing the hidden disability sunflower lanyard with other people and the public, which I'm just really sorry. That's awful. If you had an exceptional experience, what would you like that to look like?
Honestly, I don't even know. Because I'm often using my wheelchair. You get treated differently and horribly anyway. Like, I'm sure you probably had the same things where people come up to you and like, hey, want to race? It's like, I'm not two, so no. That's really infantilizing. Please go away. Or like, do you have a license for that thing? If you wouldn't say that to any other human, any other adult, don't say it to a disabled person. Like, oh my goodness. But yeah, I think if a good thing was happening, if I was walking and I had my lanyard on, if someone could just, be considerate of that and like, oh, hey, we have a chair here.
And you're so right about the infantilization of disabled people. I really thought we were progressing in this area naively. I was at a function the other week and it hasn't happened to me in such a long time, but somebody patted me on the head. I don't know whether it's because they think we're short, like because we're sitting down, therefore we equal as being children, but it is a totally real thing. You're correct. Where would you like to see the sunflower recognised next?
Honestly, everywhere, but transport especially, because people just ignore you all the time. If you're standing there and you have a lanyard, someone give you the seat. It'd be really great if events considered us more, especially like festivals. Yeah, it's really hard. Actually, medical settings would be great if they also accepted hidden sunflower disabilities, like, I don't know, going to your doctor and being at the reception and like standing and being in a lot of pain. And I once went to sit down while I was in the middle of it, and she was like, "Oh, come back up here." And I was like, "I can't, I'm in too much pain." I think we really need to not only have like the hidden sunflower implemented, but working on smashing that disability and that stigma and having better disabled representation and having us, on the TV and in the media, in movies, in parliament, writing things and actually being a part of it. Not just one person, one super privileged person, but like an actual diverse array of us.
And that's another episode for Sunflower Conversations.
When some days get a little tough, we'll help you find that sun and lift you up to get you through to your sunflower blues.
Don't forget, you can always connect with the Sunflower between episodes, either via our website, hdsunflower.com/au, via our Facebook, Hidden Disabilities ANZ, or via our Instagram, Hidden Disabilities_ANZ. Those links will also be in the description. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, have a lovely sunflower day.